2-3-4-5 combo. So it's probably safe to assume Dane Laurie is the 1. We just talked about the 6 and the 7. There's 9 guys on that graphic there. So Cam Maumolo, Adam Doueihi, Stafford Toa, Jimmy Roberts, our new addition, Brett Naden, Tommy Talau, Asu Kepa Oa, old mate David Nofoaluma, and young junior Tupou. There's 4 positions and 9 guys who can play those positions. Aaron, who are your 2, 3, 4, 5 for this year and then going forward next year?
All right. Well, for this year, I have no doubt Kenny's going to be the 5. My thoughts with the centers. It's a little tricky. The centers, especially, are they going to try and bring the Jet back in once he comes back? Obviously, Rob and I had our differences about the Jets' year so far last week, but are they going to be able to bring him back in with the guys we've got now? I think Naden is going to get a chance to cement himself on one of those edges, probably the same edge as Kenny. I think Nofa will come back in to the 2, whether that's this week or down the track. I think he will be coming back. I'd say Tommy Talau would be in there as a possible option after he comes back later in the year, but we're not expecting him back until after round 20, I believe. So for this year, I'm going to say Nofa, Doueihi, Naden, and Kenny. Next year, I'm going to say Nofa. Fudge.
It's hard. It's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 I'm unsure about for next year, because I really do think that next year Doueihi will end up back in the halves. But yeah, I think Naden and Maumolo will probably stay the 4 and 5. It's just that 3 that I'm really unsure about. Maybe Talau gets the 3 next year. I doubt he'll see much game time late this year, considering how serious his injury is. They might end up just keeping him out until the preseason and then just load him up, getting ready for a big season next year. But honestly, who knows? It's a bit of a mess.
Rob, a few people will go 3-6-5s. We've talked about this before. Talau probably moving to the second row as he bulks up a little bit. That might solve it. So maybe we can eliminate Tommy Talau. As Aaron just said, Adam's probably going to be in the halves as well. Makes it a little bit easier, but still, who are your 2, 3, 4, 5?
Yeah, in terms of the rest of the year, I agree with Aaron. I think it'll be, well, hopefully Nofa's, hasn't had a line put through his name, but Nofa and Kenny on the wings, Naden and Toa in the centres, maybe Doueihi. So, I mean, obviously Aaron said Doueihi. I think a lot depends on how Toa goes this week. If Toa has another bad game defensively, then I think he might be back to Reggie's, and Doueihi gets that spot. In terms of next year, guys, I mean, both Nofoaluma and Maumolo are still with the club, so you'd assume they're going to be the wingers. The centres, I can't see us having James Roberts next year. I think he's maybe just about turning 30, wouldn't he? I mean, he's got to be getting on a little bit, and with the back issues and all that sort of stuff, he might be a little bit of a risk for the club. Oliver Gildart doesn't look like he's likely to be considered for a while. So I would say our centres next year will be whoever we buy between now and the end of the year. So I'm sure we're going to go centre shopping. And Naden, I think Naden will be fine. But as well as Naden goes on the left, I actually think he'd be a better right centre. He's got a great right foot step, and actually wouldn't mind seeing them swapped around this week, Toa and Naden.
So where would you put? So you'd put Stafford, Toa, and Reggie's then, Rob?
If Adam plays there the rest of the year, if Adam comes back in time, but who knows what's happening with Adam? Is he going to play this week? Is he going to play round 14? There were reports today he's going to play maybe in round 16. And I should mention, Josh, I don't know if you're aware of the reports today, apparently the club has opened negotiations with Dane Laurie.
Yeah,
and
I did say that. Yeah.
they're looking to upgrade the last year of his contract from 200 to 350, and they're talking about further extending his contract. So that's good news for Dane Laurie.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the WestsLife Podcast. As always, we are sponsored by West Ashfield Leagues Club and as well as MG Pump Solutions. If you could please subscribe if you'd love to hear us again. We're going to have episodes twice a week, every week this season, Mondays and Thursdays. So we're going to, as the season rolls in, be sure to catch us every week. And if you can, give us a like on the socials. So at WestsLife Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Search for WestsLife Podcast on Facebook. And if you'd like to take part in the show, patreon.com/WestsLife. It's just a couple of bucks a month to help grow the show. We'll see you again next time on the WestsLife Podcast.